Hey, what's going on, guys? Justin with ExtremeTerrain.com coming to you from the 2022 SEMA show out here in Las Vegas. A very unseasonably chilly day in Las Vegas, but that doesn't matter. What matters is there are a ton of Jeeps and GATs here this year. In fact, Jeep did win the 4x4 SUV of the year, so you know they're being well represented. With that being said, we have a ton to show you, so what do you say we head inside and check them all out? So as soon as you walk into the South Hall here, you're immediately greeted by Gridlock. I had to see this thing. Caught a small glimpse of it at the show last year, but didn't really get up and close and personal with it. But here it is, guys, in the flesh. Massive 44-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MTs, just all flexed out here at the show. And this thing, guys, is battle tested. As you can see, there is rash everywhere on this thing. Powered by a supercharged 4.4 liter V8, putting out around 500 horsepower. It's actually a GM motor, but man, this thing is just completely sick here at the show, guys. Let's get a good look at the back. There it is, Gridlock. And this thing is awesome. Huge Kings, just all the travel. And a must-see rig at SEMA 2022. Just love this thing, all functionality. The MagnaFlow exhaust, just kind of tucked into the bumper there. You know, it's got bruises, it's got rash, but I just love how the backside just falls out. Taillights are flushed in. Just such a sick build, and it's not a show-only pony, as we see so often here at SEMA. All right, guys, so we made our way to the Jeep booth here at SEMA. Now, fun fact, Jeep is one of the only manufacturers that didn't pull out of this year's show. Ford pulled out, Chevy pulled out, but Jeep, Mopar, they said, screw it, man, we're gonna stay here, we're gonna show you guys what we got. And let me tell you, they got a lot of stuff. So let's go check out the booth and see what they're working with. All right, guys, so the first thing that caught my eye here in the Jeep booth is this 20th anniversary concept Rubicon. Right away, the grille is completely different on this concept, but also the color. Really big fan of the matte silver. This is a four-door powered by the 392. Again, this is a concept. There's no word on if this is going to be produced in this fashion. Let's take a closer look at some of the other stuff. So this particular Rubicon is outfitted with the optional 2-inch Jeep lift. The 17-inch beadlock wheels and the 37-inch KM3s. Really, really dig that package, but let's take a closer look at this color. And again, it really looks awesome here under the lights of SEMA. You got your bespoke badging, a little kind of ghosted American flag in the vent there. I like that. There's your Rubicon 20th. Coming on back here, you can kind of make out the red leather inside. Very nice, but you get that good matte color right there. Coming on back, a little flexed out here on display. And again, you know, the tire mount. Love that little nod there. And of course, the Design Operations Jeep team. So, you know, Jeep has a knack for following through on concepts, building them. And this is one that I think we all hope makes a cut, and we see them on the road very soon. Ton of concepts here in the Jeep booth at SEMA 2022, standing in front of yet another concept. This one's actually really cool because it's a great way to show off all of their aftermarket JPP goodies. Let's take a closer look and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Guys, this is called the Decoder JT, and let me show you why. There it is, Decoder, and what you see is these little QR codes, they are everywhere on this particular JT. For instance, here we go. You can see it on the winch guard, the winch mounting kit. Steering stabilizers are down below, they're telling you. There is your snorkel, even the shocks themselves. You guys can make out, there's a little QR code on those. Doors off mirror kit, the mesh door, the tube doors, grab handles. You get the point, right? So the whole idea is, you know, SEMA is all about the aftermarket stuff, and in this case, the JPP or Jeep Performance Parts. It's a great way to outfit a JT, show everybody what they have to offer, and do so in a very interactive way. QR codes, love them or hate them, they're everywhere anymore, and this is a great way to get that quick response, right? QR to the parts you guys want to check out for your JT. So hats off to Jeep for doing something very kind of topical is a good word for it, and then showing off all their parts in a very good fashion. Well guys, so we know the electric movement is happening whether we want it to or not. It's just a matter of how manufacturers are actually kind of launching that, and is it gonna be exciting? Well, the Magneto 2.0 behind me, I would say yes, and I'll show you why. Let's take a closer look at this monster. So obviously all electric powered, right? So that is really no surprise with that name, but what you guys don't see is that this is a clutch operated 6-speed manual electric vehicle. That is very rare. Typically you don't see that. Now what you do see with electric vehicles is a lot of power and a lot of torque. How much here with the Magneto? Over 600 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque with this thing, launching it from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds flat. Absolutely bonkers, and that's with the 40-inch tires. Pretty interesting stuff here though. In order to make room for the electric motor, they actually lengthen the wheelbase by about 10 to 12 inches, so it kind of has the LJ vibe going on. It's a little longer. Obviously you got kind of that little bed baked in back there, but for a 2-door, the dimensions are pretty cool. I like this thing a lot, but listen, I know we're not all about the electric stuff. I know Jeep guys especially are not ready to get on board, but if it starts looking more like something like this as far as performance numbers are concerned, well then it's really hard to argue with that. Another big trend here at SEMA is stuffing new technology into old chassis, and that's exactly what Jeep has done here with the Surge concept. Basically what you're looking at here, guys, is a CJ, but not your typical CJ, right? And I'll show you why. Let's get a shot here under the hood. And there you go, man. All electric CJ. I know a lot of people are gonna be pretty hot about this one, but it looks pretty good here in person. It's done very well. It's got this modern seats, very simple on the inside. You got your gear selector knob there. It does have lockers front and rear, and it's really clean. Look at this massive thing in the back. Really big fan also of the Black Rhino wheels on 35s, and the paint scheme is really killer. So again guys, the EV movement is here. I know not everybody's a fan, but it is pretty cool seeing some of the new stuff in the old chassis, like the Surge CJ concept here at SEMA. Something for everybody here in the Jeep booth, no doubt. Hey, so do you ever get rope envy out on the trail? Well, if so, Factor 55 has you covered. Well guys, if you remember when we were at the Detroit Auto Show, Jeep actually unveiled the Willys 4xe, which is cool, another 4xe addition to the lineup. Well, there is the 41 concept behind me, built on the 4xe Willys with a lot of heritage. Let's take a closer look at this thing. So it's no secret that the heritage in Jeep stems from the military vehicles over 80 years ago. And the 41 concept here pays homage to that, thanks to the olive drab color scheme, along with the 1552 wheels, given that same color scheme. But that also carries into the interior as well. You can see we've got the desert camo going on. The floors are actually Rhino lined with that same olive drab green kind of liner. You can get a sense of it back here a little bit. And then the desert tan top is a very, very nice addition to this awesome concept. So again, Jeep, you know, they're celebrating over 80 years of the Willys heritage with the armed services here at SEMA 2022. Guys, so we're walking out in front of all the SEMA halls here, and there's a lot of cool stuff out here, just as much as inside. In fact, one Jeep in particular really caught my eye. Let's check this thing out. Now, as you can see, we got, oh, it's just like kind of a postal theme going on, right? No, this was actually a legit mail truck. So this was a TJ. Here you go. Here's your dead giveaway, right-hand drive, that the owners cut in half. They lengthened it out to an LJ, and the rest is history, guys. This thing is absolutely awesome. You can see you got the Yukon gear, kind of postal theme going on. All white, really, really well done. Massive Mickey Thompsons on this thing. Beadlock. She does wheel this thing too. Diane, the owner, her and her husband built it, and it is incredibly well done. So I love it. Once in a while, there's something kind of like a diamond in the rough here on the outside portion of SEMA that really catches your eye. And this is for sure it. So, you know, there you go. You guys get a hold of a local mail truck around your way. You too can build something this awesome. Guys, it's not always just about the over-the-top builds, the concepts, things like that. It's always great to see what manufacturers are bringing to the table. New products is really what SEMA was born from, right? You want to check out what's coming to the aftermarket, this is the place to do it. We're in the Truck Hero booth, checking out some parts from our friends at Rugged Ridge on this 4-door Sahara, and there's a lot going on, so let's take a walk around and show you guys. Rugged Ridge, obviously very popular vendor on the site. Looking at their Elite headlight guards, but this one really caught my eye. You know when they got the mirrors out, they want to show off the skid plates. So as you can see, a full array of Rugged Ridge skid plates here underneath this 4-door. We also have their hood skin or guards on place here. I like this too. It's kind of a low mount snorkel. Some owners might say, well, what's the point? Well, maybe people aren't crazy about the, you know, massive snorkels sticking up high, extra wind noise that you get from them. So I like the flush look. It's definitely a cleaner look overall. And, you know, still giving you a little bit more water fording over your factory airbox. Definitely digging the tube doors here as well. Got some grab handles going on. Big fan of the flares. This is lifted, of course, thanks to our friends at Superlift. Rocking the 40-inch Nitto mud grapplers on the Raceline wheels. Definitely a big fan of that. And then you can see the Superlift kit. This particular one features the Resied Fox coilovers up front. So again, always good to see kind of, you know, not only the crazy builds, but also some of the new parts that make these builds a reality. And that is true here in the Truck Hero booth. Well guys, no trip to SEMA is complete until you see a Wrangler on tank track. So without further ado, voila, here we are. We're actually in the XK Glow booth. I'll give you one guess at what they produce. Checking out this Wrangler. Pretty cool. I mean, listen, it's obviously very SEMA, but you're getting, you know, the tank tracks, you're getting the AccuAir air ride suspension, tube doors, total custom interior. I mean, this is pretty much what you come to expect when you come to SEMA. So now we can check that one off the bucket list and head on out of here. Well guys, another SEMA in the books for us here at ExtremeTerrain.com. Listen, I would have loved to have shown you every single Jeep and JT at the show, but honestly, I don't think I have the bandwidth, nor do you guys have the attention span to handle something like that. Let's face it guys, there's always a ton of cool Jeeps and JTs out here, and this year is no different. Tried to show you some of the coolest ones of the show. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, drop us a comment, let us know which ones were your favorite. And if you think about it, like, comment, subscribe. Always appreciate that as well. But in the meantime, I'm Justin, and remember, for all things Jeep, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.